Coming into the season, the NFC was seen as the weaker, younger little brother to the big bad AFC. The AFC is stacked, whatever, right? And the Vikings in the NFC Norris, in the NFC conference, they got a fighting shot, right? And after the week 1 debacle, the Bills versus the Rams, where the Rams, the reigning, defending, alleged Super Bowl champions, just look like absolute booty. Question is, who are you scared of in the NFC? So we want to go through, and we're trying to take our Homer hat off. Let's see what else we got here. Here we go. 0, goose egg, D'Angelo Russell. How many teams we're actually scared of in the NFC? So we want to go through. And also, what's great about this is that the Vikings, they obviously play the Lions, Packers, and Bears twice in division. They play the Cardinals, who could contend in the NFC West. They play the Saints, who could be in the mix in the NFC South, depending on what happens with Jameis, as well as they play the entire slate of the NFC least. So you got the Commies, you got the Giants, but also you have the Cowboys and the Eagles. So the Vikings basically go round robin. I mean, the only other teams in the NFC that figure to be part of the prominence that the Vikings don't play is the Bucs, the Rams, and the Niners, right? So the Vikings not only is there really no one to be scared of in this conference, but also they control their own destiny, essentially. So I want to go through, are you scared or are you not? So let's see here. Let's do the easy ones first. So the Commies, no. Absolutely not. Sorry, Ron Rivera. I just don't see it with Carson Wentz. The Giants, nope. I like Daboll. Daniel Jones is not the answer. Then let's see here. Falcons, yeah. Arthur Smith is a stud. Kyle Pitts and Drake London are the truth, but they're still a ways away. Yeah, but my guy Cordero. So there's been a little bit of hype lately on the Panthers. I don't get it. I don't understand. It's like, oh, Christian McCaffrey is finally going to get things together, and Baker's going to be that guy. And Matt Rule is finally going to get some success. Now, what? I do like their defense. Their defense is young, fast, and they get after it. But other than that, nah. Seahawks, obviously. Other than that, the Bears may be on the clock. It may be the Bears and the Seahawks in a running battle for who's going to get the number 1 overall draft pick. Let's see, some other NAS. I'm not overly scared of the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals' defense is whatever. I think they're one-dimensional. I think Kyler relies too much on Nuke, and Nuke is obviously missing the first 6 weeks of the season. But, of course, he gets back by the time the Vikings play them, and for that we thank you. So I'm not overly scared of the Cardinals. I'm certainly not scared of Cliff Kingsbury, etc. So let's see here. Lions. I'm scared of the Lions when we play in Detroit, but that's about it. That's really about it. So we can take those guys out of the mix right away. Lions in a couple seasons, maybe, sure. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 8 teams. 8 teams already taken out. Only 7 really remain, and now we really need to parse this out. So are we really scared of the Cowboys? If Dak can get things together, sure. They're really going to miss Tyron Smith. Yeah, the corpse of Jason Peters ain't it. Their defense is opportunistic. I really like what George Edwards has done. And now they have Anthony Barr, Micah Parsons, Trevon Diggs, Lawrence, etc. So, I mean, a qualified, yeah, but I'm not shaking in my boots over them, right? Then you got the Philadelphia Eagles, where look at the Viking schedule. So the Vikings get the Eagles week 2, Monday Night Football, and I still think that they are settling in. I mean, the defense is solid. The offensive line is great. Jalen Hurts, what's he going to be this year? I don't know. A.J. Brown getting into the offense. They got the Jalen Reagor revenge game narratives, but I think it is a bonus that the Vikings get the Eagles early. But I am going to take them serious, so I'm going to say, yeah. That could be concerning. The Bucs, I don't know about the Bucs, man. I don't know. They've had some turnover on that defense, pun intended. You know, Todd Bowles is in charge now, taking over for BA. Chris Godwin is hopefully going to be back from his injury. But I don't know. I think that Brady is legitimately mentally checked out. I think all the rumors, all the smoke of him and Giselle maybe having some, I don't know, missing 11 days in training camp where it was planned, it was prearranged. I just don't know if he's fully into it. Because remember, he retired. He only came back to say F you to Adam Schefter for breaking the news on his retirement. I truly believe that. I mean, Brady is the kind of guy who will do things out of spite. But I mean, I'm not too concerned about the Bucs. I'm really not. So it's kind of weird to say, but I'm gonna say nah. Now you got the Saints. So Saints have a fantastic defense, and I know that their offense is being overhyped this year because of, Michael Thomas is finally back after 17 years. And I do like Olave. Kamara's might not be suspended. Who knows what happens there. And I mean, their offensive line, they're going to miss Terron Armstead for sure, but the O-line overall is very solid with Ramczyk and McCoy and company. So you could say yeah here, but I just don't trust Jameis, and I don't trust Dennis Allen. And even though Sean Payton was a friggin' douchebag, he was a good coach, but I'm going to say, should I do the really Minnesotan thing? Or say, yeah, nah. Oh, actually, that's what we're going to do. We're going to combine them. All right, so we got Yana for the Cowboys, certainly. And then we got Yana for blah, blah, blah. There we go. All right, so we'll save the Packers for last. So you got the Rams. Actually, we're going to change that Rams one. I mean, the Rams got some issues, man. The offensive line is straight up booty now. No boom coming in for Whitworth. Also, they miss Austin Corbett, and they just don't have that same mojo. They don't. And Allen Robinson, God bless him. He's been waiting his whole life to actually have some adequate quarterback play. Stafford's elbow, I think, is more of an issue than people lead on. Robinson is not OBJ, and that defense, I mean, it's just Aaron Donald against the world. That's really what it is. Jalen Ramsey, disgusting. Just absolutely got toasted by Stephon Diggs, and I don't think that's an anomaly. So I'm going to say nah on the Rams. The Niners. So the Niners are interesting because they're only a couple years removed from that Super Bowl. They still have Jimmy G. It's Trey Lance's show now. Debo got paid and got taken care of. Elijah Mitchell hopefully is going to be healthy and get after. The offensive line is solid. Defense has some really fantastic parts as well. Love me some Fred Warner. Also, they souped up the secondary to a degree, but I'm not ready to say that I'm scared of Trey Lance quite yet. They're probably to Marshall, Minnesota. So I'm gonna put the Niners as a nah. And then also, finally, you got the greasy grimy Green Bay Packers. Or if you believe the national media jabroni haircuts, the Packers aren't going to miss a beat. Allegedly, in the regular season. And where you see them in the power rankings, they're in the top 5, maybe even top 3. You got Rodgers being predicted as back-to-back-to-back MVP, hashtag not my MVP. But I just don't see it. Yes, the defense is going to be good, but they're dinged up at tackle as Bakhtiari and Jenkins are slow to come back from their ACL injuries. And Rodgers without Devontae Adams, and they may not even have Allen Lazard for the first part of the season. I absolutely do not see it. I don't. Now, this could come back to bite me, but I'm going to say nah on the Packers. So who are you really concerned with? I'm really only concerned with the Eagles. Like, is that legitimate? I'm really only legitimately concerned about the Eagles, and the Vikings get them early in the schedule. And then I'm Yana on the Cowboys. I'm Yana on the Saints. I'm Yana on the Niners. And I'm nah on the Packers, and nah on the Rams and the Cardinals and the Bucks. I don't know. Maybe my Homer hat is on. I don't know. But like we said, the fact that the Vikings get to play most of the Yanas on the schedule, it's fantastic. Plus, again, Eagles early Monday Night Football. Yes, it's on the road. Yes, returning to the scene of the crime of 38-7. Get them early, get them often, get them all the time. Plus the Saints, a neutral site game at London. Go ahead and get that thing done. And then you got the Cardinals. You're at the Commies. You got the Cowboys at home. You start off with 3 division games in the first 6 weeks. The Packers, Lions, and Bears get off to a really nice start there. So, I mean, even though we're obviously drinking the purple Kool-Aid, I'm not overly concerned. I'm not scared. There's no reason why the Vikings can't take care of things in the NFC North. There's no reason why the Vikings can't take care of things in the NFC. Of course, every single year there's a surprise. And the Rams will probably get off the canvas at some point, except I don't think that they'll be the team that they were last season. So bring it. Bring it, man. You just watch the Panthers will rise up and win the 1 seed, and Baker will get extended for all the money. but who knows? Your thoughts are thoughts. Are you really scared of anyone in the NFC? ? Let us know your thoughts on our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.